After 50, your body does not respond to food the same way it did when you were younger. Metabolism slows down, digestion becomes weaker, muscle mass naturally declines, and the heart, liver, and kidneys all work under more pressure. This means the foods you eat now impact your body far more strongly than they did in your 20s or 30s. And here's the surprising truth. Some everyday foods that seem safe, even healthy, can silently damage your health, raising the risk of heart disease, diabetes, joint pain, memory decline, or even stroke. The danger isn't only in fast food or sugary desserts. It often hides in your kitchen staples, the white bread on your table, the flavored yogurt in your fridge, or the diet soda you drink thinking it's harmless. For seniors, these foods can lead to dangerous blood sugar spikes, stubborn belly fat, clogged arteries, brittle bones, or ongoing fatigue. Why does this happen? Because with age, the body loses resilience. A food that once caused mild indigestion in your 30s can now raise your blood pressure. The calories that once burned off easily now turn into fat that strains the heart. Simply put, your body cannot afford the same mistakes anymore. That's why experts warn, it's not just about adding healthy foods, it's also about knowing which foods to completely avoid. In this video, we'll uncover 10 foods seniors over 50 should never eat, explain what they do inside your body, and share safer, smarter alternatives. If you want your heart, muscles, and energy to stay strong in your 60s, 70s, and beyond, stay with me until the end. Avoiding these foods may be one of the most powerful health decisions you ever make. 1. Processed meats. Let's start with one of the most common yet dangerous foods for anyone over 50, processed meats. Hot dogs, sausages, bacon, salami, ham, and deli slices are everywhere. Quick, tasty, and easy. Many people love them because they're salty, smoky, and tied to family memories. But here's the truth. That flavor comes less from real meat and more from chemicals, preservatives, and salt, the very things that harm your body most as you age. Processed meats are packed with nitrates and nitrites. Inside the body, these turn into compounds linked to colon and stomach cancer. They're also extremely high in sodium. For seniors, whose blood vessels are already less flexible, this salt overload drives up blood pressure and puts enormous strain on the heart. Add in the saturated fats, and you've got a perfect recipe for clogged arteries, higher cholesterol, and greater risk of stroke and heart attack. Why does it hit harder after 50? Because your body no longer clears toxins or fats as efficiently. The kidneys filter slower, the liver works harder, and the digestive system takes longer to break down heavy foods. What might have been just mild indigestion in your 30s can now lead to real health risks, blood pressure spikes, joint inflammation, or worsening circulation to your legs. The good news? You don't need to sacrifice flavor. Choose grilled chicken, turkey, or eggs for clean protein. Go for lentils or beans to add both protein and fiber. Or enjoy fish rich in omega-3s, which actually protect your arteries instead of clogging them. Processed meats may seem convenient, but after 50, the risks outweigh the taste. Swap them out, and your heart, muscles, and energy will thank you. 2. Sugary drinks. When most people think about sugar, they imagine cakes or cookies. But one of the biggest sugar sources actually comes from drinks, sodas, packaged juices, sweetened teas, flavored coffees, and energy drinks. Because they're liquid, they bypass your hunger signals, meaning you can swallow dozens of teaspoons of sugar without even feeling full. For seniors, this habit often feels harmless. A glass of juice with breakfast or a cola at lunch may seem like a small pleasure. But once you're over 50, sugary drinks take a far heavier toll on your body than you realize. A single can of soda can pack 10 teaspoons of sugar, more than you need for the entire day. Packaged juices, even the healthy ones, often contain added sugar and no fiber. Energy drinks are worse, sugar plus chemicals that strain the heart. Here's what happens inside. Sugar spikes your blood, insulin surges, and over time, your cells stop responding, the path to type 2 diabetes. For seniors, whose pancreas and metabolism are already slower, the impact is sharper. Sugar also stiffens arteries, raises triglycerides, and fuels inflammation, which increases risks of heart disease, memory decline, and even dementia. Think of it like pouring sugar into a car engine. It might run briefly, but damage builds up until it breaks down. The good news? Healthier swaps are simple. Infuse water with lemon, mint, or cucumber. Sip herbal teas rich in antioxidants. Try coconut water in moderation or homemade smoothies with whole fruits for natural sweetness plus fiber. Sugary drinks may feel refreshing, but they silently weaken your body. After 50, every swap from soda to water is a gift to your heart, brain, and future energy. 3. Fried foods. Fried foods are delicious. Pakoras, fries, fried chicken. They remind us of family gatherings, rainy evenings, and celebrations. The crunch and flavor feel irresistible, especially after 50, when food often becomes part of comfort and tradition. But here's the hidden danger. The very oil that makes fried foods tasty becomes toxic when heated and reused. High-heat cooking creates trans fats, which raise bad cholesterol, lower good cholesterol, and inflame blood vessels. Over time, this leads to clogged arteries, poor circulation, and higher risks of heart attack or stroke. For seniors, the danger is greater because arteries already lose flexibility with age. Add fried snacks, and blood flow to the heart, legs, and brain becomes weaker. The result? Tired muscles, leg cramps, slower recovery, and even joint stiffness due to rising inflammation. One plate of fries or pakoras may look harmless, but repeated indulgence builds up cholesterol deposits inside arteries. Instead of fueling energy, fried foods weigh you down, making daily movement harder. The challenge is emotional. Fried foods are tied to family and culture. But the good news is, you don't have to give them up completely. Healthier alternatives exist. Air frying gives crunch with little oil. Baking with a brush of olive oil keeps pakoras and chicken crisp. Grilling or steaming preserves nutrients without clogging arteries. By shifting from deep frying to these methods, you still enjoy flavor but protect your arteries, joints, and energy. For adults over 50, every swap matters, because one fried moment can cost years of heart health. For excess red meat. For many families, beef, mutton, and other red meats are symbols of strength. Kebabs at weddings, mutton curry on weekends, or steaks at gatherings feel rich and energizing. In moderation, red meat does provide protein, iron, and vitamin B12. But after 50, eating too much red meat becomes a heavy burden. Red meats, especially fatty cuts, are loaded with saturated fats and cholesterol. These raise bad cholesterol, LDL, which sticks to artery walls and makes them narrow and stiff. Over time, this raises the risk of heart disease, strokes, and poor circulation in the legs. With age, digestion slows down. Seniors produce less stomach acid, and the gut processes food more slowly. Heavy red meat sits longer in the stomach, causing bloating, acid reflux, and discomfort. Instead of energizing, it often drains the body. Red meat is also high in purines, which increase uric acid levels. Seniors whose kidneys filter waste less efficiently face higher risks of gout, painful swelling in joints that limits mobility and independence. The solution isn't to completely avoid red meat, but to eat it wisely. Choose lean cuts and trim visible fat. Eat smaller portions and pair them with vegetables for easier digestion. Replace frequent red meat meals with fish, lentils, beans, or skinless chicken, which provide protein without the cholesterol overload. After 50, red meat shifts from a symbol of strength to a hidden strain on the heart, digestion, and joints. By reducing portions and choosing lighter proteins, you protect your energy, circulation, and mobility while still enjoying food without the heavy cost. 5. White bread and refined carbs. Soft white bread with tea, plain white rice, or a plate of biscuits often feels light and comforting. For many seniors, they're easy to chew and quick to prepare. But after 50, these comfort foods quietly become a health trap. Refined carbs are stripped of fiber and nutrients, leaving mostly starch. This starch quickly turns into sugar in the blood, causing sharp spikes followed by sudden crashes. At first, you feel energized, but soon fatigue, brain fog, and renewed hunger set in. For seniors, this roller coaster raises the risk of diabetes and weakens energy levels. Without fiber, digestion slows down, Seniors who rely on white bread, biscuits, and rice often face constipation, bloating, and sluggish bowels. A weak digestive system combined with low fiber makes everyday discomfort worse. Why seniors are more vulnerable? Metabolism naturally slows with age. Extra sugar from refined carbs is stored as belly fat, increasing cholesterol and straining the heart. Weaker blood vessels and circulation issues make the risks even greater, from fatigue to higher blood pressure. The solution isn't to give up carbs altogether but to choose wisely. Whole grain or multigrain bread instead of white. Brown rice, quinoa or millet instead of white rice. Nuts, oats cookies, or fruit instead of processed biscuits. After 50, refined carbs act like hidden sugar bombs, draining energy, slowing digestion, and straining the heart. Whole grains and fiber-rich foods provide steady fuel, better digestion, and stronger health, without giving up comfort. 6. Packaged snacks, small packets. Walk into any store and you'll see shelves full of chips, crackers, namkeen, and other ready-to-eat snacks. They feel harmless, a quick bite with tea, or something to munch on while watching TV. But for seniors, these small packets carry big dangers. A single packet of chips can hold more than half the sodium a senior should eat in an entire day. With age, arteries stiffen and kidneys filter less efficiently. Too much salt drives blood pressure higher, increasing the risk of stroke, heart attack, and kidney strain. Most packaged snacks are fried in reused oils, creating harmful trans fats. These fats clog arteries, raise bad cholesterol, and lower good cholesterol. Add to that flavor enhancers like MSG and preservatives, which may cause headaches, bloating, or digestive upset, problems seniors are already more prone to. The biggest issue? These snacks fill the stomach without nourishing the body. They provide almost no protein, fiber, or vitamins. For older adults who need nutrient-rich calories to maintain muscles and bones, this is a dangerous swap. The good news, you can still enjoy crunch and flavor, just smarter. Try roasted nuts, pumpkin or sunflower seeds, or homemade snacks like baked chickpeas, spiced popcorn, or vegetable chips. These not only satisfy cravings but also support the heart, joints, and digestion. Packaged snacks may look small, but their impact on blood pressure, cholesterol, and energy is anything but. Choosing natural alternatives helps seniors enjoy snacking while protecting their most important organs. 7. Too much cheese and cream. Cheese on toast, creamy pasta, or rich desserts. They feel soft, filling, and comforting, especially for seniors. But when eaten too often, cheese and cream quietly add risks that the body after 50 cannot afford. Both cheese and cream are packed with saturated fats. These fats raise bad cholesterol, LDL, which sticks to artery walls and narrows blood vessels. For seniors with naturally stiffer arteries, this accelerates heart disease, high blood pressure, and stroke risk. Processed cheeses often hide large amounts of sodium. Even if it doesn't taste salty, it promotes water retention, swelling in ankles, puffiness, or bloating. For kidneys already working slower with age, this extra strain can be dangerous. Saturated fats also fuel inflammation, making stiff or arthritic joints more painful. For seniors who rely on mobility to stay active, creamy meals can directly worsen joint health. Rich, heavy foods like cheese-loaded dishes or creamy desserts are slow to digest. Older adults often feel bloated, sluggish, or suffer acid reflux after such meals, robbing them of energy instead of giving it. This doesn't mean all dairy must go. Moderate use of yogurt or homemade paneer is far better. They provide protein, calcium, and probiotics without excessive salt or fat. Light alternatives like cashew paste or milk in curries, or small sprinkles of natural cheese, give flavor without overload. Cheese and cream are best as occasional treats, not daily staples. After 50, every bite should fuel strength and energy. Keeping portions small and choosing lighter options lets you enjoy creamy flavors without risking your heart, joints, or digestion. 8. Pickles and preserves. For many of us, no meal feels complete without something tangy on the side. A spoonful of pickle, a dab of chutney, or a preserved vegetable. These condiments are tied to culture and family memories. But for seniors, they come with hidden risks. The biggest issue is their high salt content. Salt preserves food, but it also forces the body to retain water, raising blood pressure. Seniors, already more vulnerable to hypertension and heart strain, can face an increased risk of heart disease or stroke from daily pickle consumption. Then comes vinegar, another common preservative. In small amounts it's harmless, but when eaten regularly in pickles and chutneys, vinegar can irritate the stomach lining. Many seniors notice burning, reflux, or even ulcers after frequent use. Kidneys also pay the price. With age, kidneys naturally lose efficiency. Overloading them with sodium-rich preserved foods can cause swelling, persistent thirst, or even long-term kidney damage, especially for seniors already on blood pressure medications. Another overlooked problem is that pickles often replace healthier options. Instead of fresh vegetables or herbs, people reach for chutneys. Over time, this means less fiber, fewer vitamins, and weaker digestion. But cutting them out completely isn't necessary. The solution is moderation. Treat pickles as an occasional condiment, not a daily side dish. For healthier flavor, use fresh herbs like mint or coriander, or squeeze lemon juice over vegetables. Lightly spiced salads can give that same tangy kick while adding fiber and hydration. Homemade, low-sodium pickles can also be an option, but portion size should still be small. In short, pickles add taste, but overuse silently harms blood pressure, stomach health, and kidneys. Seniors can protect their bodies by choosing fresher, lighter alternatives. 9. Artificial sweeteners. Many seniors cut down on sugar to protect their heart, weight, and blood sugar. That's a smart step. But in its place, artificial sweeteners, found in diet sodas, sugar-free candies, and light yogurts, often slip in. They promise sweetness without the sugar, yet they quietly bring their own risks. The first problem is gut health. Your digestive system depends on a balance of friendly bacteria, which support digestion, immunity, and even mood. Artificial sweeteners disrupt this balance, reducing good bacteria and allowing harmful ones to thrive. For seniors, who may already face slower digestion or constipation, this imbalance can cause bloating, gas, and discomfort. Another hidden effect is cravings. Sweeteners fool the taste buds into expecting sugar, but the body never receives actual fuel. Over time, this confuses the brain, increases hunger, and can even lead to overeating, often of the very carbs and sweets you were trying to avoid. Instead of preventing weight gain, they can push you toward it. Some seniors also notice headaches, mood swings, or sudden energy dips when using diet products. With age, the nervous system grows more sensitive, and these artificial chemicals overstimulate taste receptors, leaving you feeling restless or drained. The real trap is the sugar-free label. Believing something is harmless, many people consume more than they should, like multiple cans of diet soda daily, without realizing the toll it takes on digestion and appetite control. Safer alternatives do exist. A drizzle of raw honey, natural stevia leaf, or simply fresh fruits like apples, pears, and berries can satisfy a sweet tooth while also providing fiber, hydration, and nutrients. Even spices like cinnamon or cardamom add gentle sweetness without harm. The truth is, sugar-free doesn't always mean safe. For seniors, choosing natural, nourishing sources of sweetness is the smarter path to steady energy, stronger digestion, and better health. 10. Excess tropical fruits. When we think of unhealthy foods, fruits rarely come to mind. After all, they're natural and full of vitamins. But even healthy foods can cause harm when eaten in excess, especially tropical fruits like bananas, mangoes, and dates. Bananas, for example, are excellent sources of potassium, which supports muscles and blood pressure. But eating several bananas daily can push potassium levels too high. In seniors, where kidney function naturally slows, this can lead to weakness, fatigue, or even irregular heartbeats. Mangoes bring vitamin C and antioxidants, but one large mango contains more than 45 grams of sugar, nearly the same as a sugary drink. For seniors with insulin resistance or diabetes, frequent large servings can trigger blood sugar spikes, energy crashes, and extra strain on the pancreas. Dates, often called natural sweeteners, are rich in minerals and fiber, but they're extremely calorie-dense. Just 4 or 5 dates equal the sugar of a candy bar. Over time, overdoing dates can raise triglyceride levels, encourage weight gain, and put pressure on the heart and liver. The real issue isn't the fruits themselves, it's portion size. Seniors often think, it's fruit, so I can eat as much as I want. But tropical fruits are concentrated in sugar and potassium, unlike lighter fruits like berries or apples. And because they're soft and sweet, they're easier to overeat without noticing. The safe approach is moderation and balance. Instead of multiple bananas or a whole plate of mango, keep portions small, half a banana, a few cubes of mango, or 1 to 2 dates. Pairing tropical fruits with protein or healthy fats, like yogurt or nuts, slows sugar absorption and keeps energy stable. Rotating with lower sugar fruits like berries or kiwi adds variety while protecting heart, kidney, and metabolic health. Tropical fruits can still be a joy after 50, just not in excess. With smaller portions and smarter combinations, you enjoy their sweetness without risking your health. We've just walked through 10 common foods that seem harmless, yet can quietly work against us after 50. The key point isn't that these foods are bad or forbidden, it's that our bodies change with age. Digestion slows, blood vessels stiffen, kidneys and liver work harder. What once felt fine in our 20s can now cause discomfort, fatigue, or hidden strain. This stage of life is about awareness, not fear. You've already given so much to work, to family, to life's challenges. You deserve to feel light, energetic, and strong every single day. The goal isn't to eliminate every food you enjoy but to make smarter choices and create balance. Tiny swaps can have a huge impact. Instead of processed meats, try fish or lentils. Replace soda with herbal teas or infused water. Trade fried snacks for roasted nuts. Enjoy tropical fruits in smaller amounts, paired with yogurt or seeds. By adjusting portions and leaning on fresher, lighter options, you support your heart, joints, and energy. The good news? Your body is forgiving. The moment you reduce these risky foods, improvements often come quickly: better digestion, more stable energy, even easier sleep. It's never too late to feel the difference. Here's a simple challenge: don't change everything at once. Pick just one food from the list, maybe fried snacks, maybe cheese, maybe soda, and cut it down this week. Notice how you feel. Let that small win motivate the next step. Over time, these steady changes add up to lasting health. Your food choices are your building blocks of freedom, the freedom to move, laugh, and enjoy life fully. Protect the body that's carried you this far. You've earned it, and it starts with the very next bite.